Good morning. How is everyone doing? Oh my goodness, happy Thursday. Good morning. It is now officially Thursday. Oh my goodness, we are so super excited to be with you all. We are the Midnight Crew. You know what to do. As you come in, make sure you share out the broadcast. I'm trying to do the same thing. For those of you who are still rocking with us. We are a part of the Build Your Online Business. We're the After Dark early morning crew, and we are here. We are here to have some great information with you. We are having. We want you to share out the broadcast. We want you to carve yourself some time. We have some amazing information. Before we get into that, I want to give my lovely co-host for the evening an opportunity to tell you who they are and how super, super amazing and awesome they are. So, you guys just take it away. Stephanie, you want to start?
Sure. I'm Stephanie Lane with Career Women Collaborative, where career women hire me to help them get a position they earned and to get the money that they demand or are worth, as well as start a new career. So we do everything career like. And yes, we get results. So, guys, again, thank you for joining us. We are always turned up in this midnight train or this early morning subway. So, whatever you like, thank you for joining. And again, put hashtag share in the chat. Let us know you're sharing because sharing is caring. And we have a special message for you today. So, get excited, get ready, get ready, get ready.
Hey, everybody. Welcome. Thank you so much for being here. I'm so excited. I'm so excited. I'm silly right about now, which is too funny. But listen, I'm glad that you're here. I'm glad we're here and we're excited to have this conversation with you tonight. So again, welcome. Thank you, Kamisha, for sharing. Please put hashtag share in the comments when you do, whether you're on Periscope or YouTube or Facebook. So again, welcome. I am Tisha M. Johnson, your relationship coach. I am here to help you find and manifest love that you've been waiting for, the love of a lifetime. So yeah, we gonna talk about it tonight, but we're talking about money, so it's this train is being driven by the money mindset lady herself tonight. So come on, CJ, let's get this party started. Right?
Right. Okay. So, you guys, we're going to get started. But before I do, I want to let you guys know that hi, I am Shaquanda CJ Alston. I am an accountant, owner, and owner of Johnson's Bookkeeping and Tax. We're business owners such as yourselves. You guys hire me to take care of your financial planning. Also, a money mindset coach. Tonight, we are talking about money. Yes, I know for a lot of you, especially women, a lot of you don't like talk about money. They were very uncomfortable about it, but we spend a lot of it. But we are going to talk tonight about money obstacles, how not to be in your own way. Okay? We got you. We got you. We got you. So I have a few things that I want to share. We are going to start with, you know what? Money obstacle, how not to be in your own way. What is the first reason or way that we be in our own way and have money obstacles? I would say the first one is we don't have any vision. No vision. You guys take it away on the no vision, and I'll be right back.
Okay. All right, CJ. So with that, sometimes we don't understand money. Okay. When you don't have a vision for something, it's because either you don't understand, you don't relate to it, you're not connected to it, or the relationship to it is not where it needs to be. It's not a healthy one. And I tend to err on the side of many of us don't have a healthy relationship with money. So therefore, you don't have it. It's impossible for you to have a vision for it, um, to see where it can take you and where it can go. Because many of us have grown up in situations where it's from passed from hand to hand, right? It comes in your hand, it leaves your hand, and just as quickly as it came. And you watch your parents, you watch your parents' parents. You saw Mima, Papa, and them tucking and ducking money places here and there to try to save. Then you have generations before you who had grew up in situations where they had to hide their money and keep their money within their house because of stock market crashes and banks and not trusting entities and organizations to hold on to their money. So then there were all kinds of things, and it could be all kinds of different ways. It doesn't have to be money just runs through your hand. It could be people who hold on to the money. They don't understand. Um, they go way too overboard with the frugal or frugality. They don't understand how that energy then is transposed onto other people, and especially people in your family, and if you're raised around that. And so then that stifles that vision, right? That hurts you from really understanding how money can help you, how it's possible to earn money, how to understand the energy of money and the flow of money and how it comes to you in certain ways. But it can be an obstacle if you don't foresee how you're going to obtain money. Two, if you can't plan for it, right? And then three, what are you going to do with it when you get it? And how do you handle that? And then that's when all those experiences may come up or play out that you might need to deal with, that will hold you back ultimately, right? Tish?
Well, I definitely agree. Like you said, a lot of us don't have a good money story. And if you don't know how to change that, sometimes you can stay stuck in that not knowing. And a lot of times that comes with embarrassment. You 32. What you mean you don't know how to handle money properly? But there are people that have that story, or they've seen life from one perspective and don't really understand that there's a whole nother ball game out there. There's so much more to learn and know and do. And what I always have to go back to the interviews for the Free Women Project. By the way, you need to go to bit.ly/Free Women 2020. The ladies have been interviewed, and a lot of them are talking about legacy, and that's what Coach is building: legacy, especially for women. Her passion is for women to attain wealth, and she wants to have the most women millionaires that she's helped to establish. And so if you don't understand what legacy even looks like, one of the ladies talked about her vision to help women in particular and families build legacy, because a lot of times they get property and the next generation don't know what to do with the property. And I can look at some families that I know, and that certainly is the case. And so we wonder why we are so behind and don't have the things that make people pay attention. And certainly money is one of those things. Property, one of those things that the upper echelon that they have. What makes them stay in that category is real estate. And how many of our families can say that we really own real estate and teach? Of course, those that do, they teach the next generation. But I know so many. I mean, when you look at it, just a quick example, and I'm going to let it go. In Detroit, can I tell you how many
Mm-hmm.
schools have closed the building down. So here you have this vast piece of property just sitting there. So if I'm a kid growing up and the school in my neighborhood closed, then what kind of vision is that for me? Well, and certainly not to attain property. So I mean, it's sometimes some of the things are a vortex of never ending depression, but you have to do what's necessary in order to change what's around you. And so we got to be invested in ours. I know one of the things somebody was saying, well, and I had to think about it myself. Some people are out there tearing stuff up, and we say, well, why would they tear up their own neighborhoods? They don't own the property.
Mm-hmm.
So they're tearing up where they sleep. They're not tearing up what they own. Huge
Huge
difference.
difference.
Huge
Mm-hmm.
difference. So yeah, you have to change the story, change the scenario. If that's you and you're like, okay, maybe this is my opportunity, because if you're here, you're not here by happenstance. So if that's your story, you can change it. And CJ is offering the Money Mindset certification. So go to bit.ly/free women 2020 if numbers are your thing and you want to be a part of that changing.
Well, it's about a numbers thing, but it's really about that understanding that it is an obstacle for many of us. And we talked about this not too long ago, that women, African American women, if we want to get all the way down to the subset, African American women make the least but spend the most. And I'm gonna tell you, I've been a part of that. It's been years, because again, with Money Mindset, I had to shift. But I used to do retail therapy. Tick me off. Don't think I am not gonna go shop. Make me mad. And then don't think I'm gonna open up my trunk, you're gonna find something here and there. I will wait sometimes till either I come home and Mr. wasn't there, or I happen to beat him home, find some things in the closet. Yes, sir. So, we spend more money out there into the world. We put more money into the universe, without regard to creating or generating that legacy, right? And so we really need to focus on that and have a vision for that. CJ, you want to talk more about that?
So, oh my gosh, so that was a great segue, and that's why I said as um, a vision, right? So, as if we don't have a vision, you absolutely don't know where you're going. You guys hit the nail on the head. I was listening. Yes, but, you guys hit the nail on the head with that, and so that is one thing we want to challenge you all. That's why this Money Mind certification and the other certifications that we have that will help you with this. It will help you develop yourself a vision. The key is, if you don't have a vision, you don't know where you're going. You don't have a vision, and then let's take it a step further. If that vision isn't written down, right? If that vision isn't written down, I can't tell you how many clients that are in business, successful in business, and they haven't even written their vision down. So that, my friends, that is the first obstacle. A lot of us didn't have any vision. And so Stephanie was mentioning about the retail therapy, which is a great segue to the second reason why we shouldn't be in our own way, why we have money obstacles. The second reason is because we don't have a great relationship with our money. Not only do we not have we don't have a vision, but we don't have a great relationship with our money. And those may ask me, what is she talking about? A great relationship with our money. You don't respect your money. You don't smith your money. You don't put your money on a pedestal. You don't rub and stroke your money when they come home at night. That is, I'm telling you, you have to have a great relationship with your money. You don't have a great relationship with your money would not have a great relationship with you. Stephanie even alluded to it when she said about the retail therapy. I have clients see me all the time. That's the first question I ask, and I challenge you all, think about that. Answer that question. What is your relationship with your money? Because I can't help you with getting a money mindset if we don't first talk about what is your relationship with your money. How does money help you? Is money your friend and helps you with the retail therapy? Or has money been good to you? Money don't come home at night. Those are the questions. So it sounds funny, but it is so true. It is so true. What do you ladies have to say about that?
I didn't know money could be my bae. I didn't know that. That's
Oh,
new.
what?
I never looked at it like that. So I didn't know money could be my bae.
Baby, money take care of you. You take care of money.
I believe that, but I kind of see it more of the harvest principle, you know, and maybe that's I don't know if it's a good thing or a bad thing or how I kind of view my money now, because I'm gonna tell you I had a horrible relationship with money. I could not keep money. You know why? Because I grew up without it. I grew up without it. I didn't have it. And so when I got it, I started making up all excuses for spending it. Like, I don't want my kids to have without. I wasn't able to have it. I want them to have it.
That's right.
And then it became, as they got older, harder and more difficult for me to say no to them, because again, I was justifying, I never got to do these things. I never got to go here. I don't ever want them growing up saying they never were able to do some of the things that I did. And all of us can identify with that, because in some way, some form of fashion, we all have done that, right? Whether it be just for you. And I'm gonna tell you, I bought everything designer, because back in the day, y'all, either my mother made my clothes or we shopped at Goodwill when I was growing up. And I just was like, no. And look, now Goodwill's all the rage. Now that's the thing to do, is go Goodwill shopping, right? But it wasn't the thing for me after I came into my money. So my relationship was horrible.
Stephanie, you stuck. Okay, well, let me take it from there. Um, Horrible money relationship. It's so funny because when I joined the community, Coach would talk about how your bank account shouldn't look like a thermometer. Or, she talked about, your bank account, something that you look at on a daily basis. I was like, what? No, look at it every day and depress myself. I I was like, okay, I had finally gotten to the point to where I wasn't depressed on payday. Having that whole, oh, it's gone as soon as I get it kind of mentality. Though, that was my situation. And it wasn't necessarily because I was doing, crazy stuff. I wasn't the one that was, balling all out. I didn't do retail therapy. At one point, my biggest habit was magazines. Now, I mean, that don't sound like much, but yeah, on payday, I could spend $40, $50 on magazines. But, I wasn't the like designer clothes. I probably can still count the number of designer whatever that I had, and usually it wasn't because I bought it. So I just had a different kind of revelation about money. And it wasn't up until last year that I really understood. And I'm telling you again, going through classes and trying to figure it out. I'm like reading the Bible, like, okay, Lord, what's wrong with me? What are my money blocks? Because this is crazy. If I'm supposed to be a millionaire and I am supposed to be a millionaire, what's the problem? I'm not gonna get there from here
Right.
unless I change something. And
Right.
so it wasn't until we were doing the belief factor. I finally had a breakthrough epiphany, a aha as to why my money story was what it was. And it probably sounded crazy, but it was my story. And so until you have those kind of conversations, and if you're not having those kind of conversations, you might have to change the conversations that you're having with the people that
Mm-hmm.
you're having.
And
Mm-hmm.
so that
Wait a
is
minute,
exactly
CJ.
what I was
CJ.
saying.
Can I
Yeah,
say something real quick before you take it off?
yeah.
Look, y'all, I got cut off when I was saying horrible. Let me tell y'all how horrible it was, my relationship. Just one little thing. Y'all, I would go buy a brand new suit before I would even take one to the cleaner.
Mhm.
Tell me, does that make sense? Not at all. Because taking it to the cleaner is cheaper, right?
Yes.
I would go buy a whole brand new suit before I take my clothes to the cleaners.
But you know,
Trifling.
there's
Just trifling.
no judgment. We've done it all, and like I said, if the Gucci bag is not your thing, and it's the magazines is your thing, or just going buy a new suit, other than cleaning it from the cleaners, we've all been there. We've had those um, reasons, right, for our money obstacles. And the thing is, when you don't have a good relationship with money, and you don't treat it well, it is not going to treat you well. And
Mm-hmm.
so those are the things that we talk about in the money mindset certification. Absolutely, when it comes down to your vision and all of the certifications, we have to start with that. And that's why you want to go to bit.ly/free women 2020. That's why you want to meet us on Friday nights. That's why you want to have a conversation and get yourself an interview scheduled. Which, how many we have left, Stephanie? I don't think we have that many, right?
Oh, wait a minute. The first responders, I'm gonna let Teach talk about that, but we don't have that many slots left. And yeah, I was like, my mouth was like, oh, okay. I mean, we only gave out a certain amount, but there are only a few left, y'all. Yeah, Teach, you want to talk about that? Why,
Yes.
since we're on it?
Sure, we have an opportunity for first responders because for our community, we're a little different. Our coach has prepared us in ways that I know for sure I never would have been prepared for, even had considered. And so, those of you who are, driving delivery trucks, whether it's UPS, FedEx, Amazon, driving to deliver groceries to the grocery store, the main stores, um, first essential workers, I'm sorry, those people who deliver, even the ones that for the people who had to stay out there working, even the Lyft drivers or the Uber drivers, if you did not stop working, though the world was shut down, then you have an opportunity. And like Stephanie said, there are only a few spots left, but a few spots left for the tuition being paid in full. It doesn't mean that you can't take the certification. It just means that maybe you don't have a free slot. Now, if the demand is overwhelming, you never know what might happen,
Mm-hmm.
and I'm not speaking for coach or anything. She ain't getting no insight or nothing like that. But I do know that essential workers and first responders are, in our heart, definitely. If you were a nurse, a doctor, firefighter, look, even police officer, EMT person, you on the front line. If you are on the front line anywhere, then this opportunity is for you. bit.ly/free women 2020. Go get the process started. It's Thursday. I can't believe it. So our information session is tomorrow night. So you want to get that process started, see what's available, and don't miss out on this opportunity. So you have free tuition. If you qualify, if you go through the proper steps, and if you're selected, but you don't know until you get in there and put your name in the hat.
Right.
So I wanted to say something before. I know CJ was gonna try and wrap it up and go on. Relationship. Money can be bad. You know, it's a sad story when your relationship with money is not as important as your relationship with somebody else. That was another like epiphany. How
Ouch.
dare I treat some man better than I'm treating my bank account? Really? Yeah, y'all know my story. That's why he wouldn't leave, because it was good for him. I kept saying, "Why don't you leave? You don't want to be here. Just leave. Why would he? Life was good." Treating him better than my bank account, and didn't even realize it.
Mhm.
Was oblivious to that. So yeah, you got to change your mindset. That's all I got for that.
Wow, I think we should. We could name a million songs after these two. Treat them like they want to be treated. You just treat them right. How you guys have any questions? Make your money work for you. Invest in crypto.
Yeah,
You might
see,
smash
I like that though, CJ. Yeah, I like that about my money being Bay, because then you know you can't get mad at Bay when Bay don't call, when Bay don't show up. You really can't be too mad at Bay.
Okay, well, I'm sorry. I get mad at Bay. I'm looking for Bay every day.
But I'm saying if Bay doesn't show up, it's a direct result from you, right? So I'm not gonna get mad at myself. I don't know about y'all. I don't get too mad at myself. But yeah, that is unique. So let's talk a little bit before we jump into more conversation. Let's talk about what we're talking about, and that's like going in a circle for you guys. So we are giving out $1 million grant. Not we, but Coach Danielle Winningham is graciously giving out $1 million in grant money so that you can earn your certification. And so what does that mean? That means there is a process. But first, in order for you to find out what that process is, we need you to come to the webinar tomorrow night at 9 p.m. Central Standard Time, 10 p.m. Eastern, and come find out what that information is or what we're going to share with you. We do have 12 certifications that we are offering. You will pay a nominal fee. That means a very small fee. Now, we have been in this community for quite some time. I have been in the community for at least 4 years. There have been so many things that I've done within this community. I'm here to tell you the fee is very small compared to a lot of other things, right? And it's because, one, we're in a pandemic. We understand we're in an economic downturn. We also understand we are, as a people, need a hand up, not a hand out. So there's some ownership, there's some accountability, and you need to have some skin in the game, okay? And with that said, you are going to get an unprecedented kind of program. And I say that because I'm a researcher through and through. I've researched, I've been a part of other programs, certification. I have several certifications, and I'm gonna tell you, it is usually a sit and get in front of a video, and either you're gonna take some notes and take a quiz, and then you get this little printout. And it's not that type of party over here. What's going to happen is you're going to get a live coach face to face. You get to talk, you get to ask your questions. You're going to get accountability partners. You're going to have working sessions. You're going to be able to just like troubleshoot, brainstorm, have a thought partner. I mean, just all kinds of things. It's like going to school. That's the kind of experience you're going to get coming over on this side and getting certified. And again, why not go get a certification in something that you either one are passionate about, or two, you're already doing and just not using that talent right now. Either people are coming to you asking you for your kind of advice, or you're the person that people look up to, and they want your opinion on business or whatever it is. You're the go-to person. Well, why don't you utilize that, especially right now? And there's nothing, I mean, when you talk about multiple streams of income, we talk about money and how money can be an obstacle for you because you get in your way, is that you're not seeing that this is for you right now. That you are not seeing that how can this be possible? Because oh, right now I might not even have the money, but you don't know what the possibilities are until you come to the webinar. Again, get registered so that you'll get the alert, that you'll get the link to the webinar, bit.ly/free women 2020. I hope to see you there.
Yes, Grant said that he wish he had $1 million grant so he can help more poor people. Well, you definitely want to get into the room, bit.ly/free women 2020. You absolutely you don't want to miss it. It would definitely be value added for you. And let's talk about this nominal fee. Everybody's not dealing with the pandemic. Let me just say that their bottom line, their bank account is not, everybody's not dealing with that, right? And so for someone to say, you know what, I'll give $1 million at this time, that is unheard of. It's uncommon. So the nominal fee that you have to invest, let me say invest, not spend, invest, that money will come back in a great return on your investment. And when you invest this money, business owners, oh, what's that? Echo. Okay. I hear echo. Does that mean okay? Business owners, you guys can write this off on your taxes. It is it's tax deductible. You guys, if you know anything about me, tax deductible, tax code, tax loopholes, that is the name of the game. You know what this new Tax Cuts and Jobs Act, I mean, it's like over 2 years old, but it's still new tax laws and all. These are just one of the things that you can say, okay, well, you know what? I can write this off. So it's not anything that you're spending. It's clearly an investment. And you will definitely see a great return on your investments. The participant was talking about cryptocurrency. You know what? This return on your investment is better than the profits, the margins on cryptocurrency, because the small amount that you return, you can flip that, and you too can this time next year be sponsoring $1 million. Because I said it last night and I'm gonna say it again. This time there will be a time, and it very well be maybe 12 months or less. Well, when Coach Danielle will say, okay, I'm gonna do $1 million grant, that I'll match your $1 million with $1 million. I'm telling you, I'm gonna do that. And that leads me into my third point. My third money obstacle. Yes, you better say it and celebrate it. That is the third the money obstacle that we have leading up to the third point, is that we don't speak it. We don't open our mouths. We don't ask for what we want, right? So Tisha was saying earlier on in the broadcast that she didn't know about her money blocks. Well, one of her money blocks could have been she just asked for the money. She didn't open her mouth. How many of you can say that you don't open your mouth? If you don't open up into your mouth, you don't make it real. You don't make, I mean, we can use how many principles that talks about that? You have what you say. You put it out there in the universe. I mean, money and opening your mouth and speaking, all of that is action. All of that is
Mhm.
action, all of that is energy. How can you expect something like currency that moves? If you understand its currency and move, you have to speak because we're trying to get it to come nigh our dwelling, right?
Right.
So you have to open your mouth, and I really feel like that is a money obstacle that we have. We think it's just gonna fall from heaven, and it's gonna just pop up in our bank account, and we don't. There is an element of action that we have to do. So when I tell you that I'm going to match with $1 million, then that puts God in the way. It's like, okay, there she goes. She said it. She says it. Now I have to perform it because what? His word will not return void. Y'all better take this because I'm going
Mhm.
to go to the left. How about that, y'all? So, y'all, what do you have to say about that? If we don't speak it, we don't take action, that is one of our biggest money obstacles. What do you say? What say ye?
Well, I know I wasn't asking because for whatever reason, so I can be transparent. It's the midnight hour or whatever. um, I
Family,
just get, huh?
family. We family. We
Oh,
family.
I know. I just thought because I didn't have it, it wasn't for me. And it wasn't even about not having the capability to go get it. But I saw people around me just like it coming out the sky seemingly. Now, I don't know what they were saying, but I never equated it to what I was speaking. So I wasn't speaking anything other than trying not to say, oh my God, I hate payday or whatever the situation was. Trying not to say, I'm broke, I'm broke, I'm broke, I'm broke, I'm broke. But that was the mindset. That was like, I'll never get. I can't never get nowhere. I had to wipe all of that stuff out. And truly, I had come to a point to where I did understand the power of death and life are in your tongue. So you got to speak it, but more than that, you got to change your mind about it. You got to change your heart about it. You got to change what you hear about it. You got to change what you say about it.
Wow. Okay. Y'all teaching me. No, y'all are teaching me. I love everything that you guys are saying with that about that because I'm just identifying with all the hiccups I had. And I'm telling you, it wasn't until 4 years ago that I had this epiphany about money and my relationship with money, and that realizing, first of all, realizing, acknowledging that it was an obstacle. And then understanding, like CJ said, the energy of it and then speaking it. Now, I've always been a dreamer. Now, this is where my hiccup was. I've always been a dreamer. I've always understood that I would always have money. And I was a part of abundance. I believe in kingdom abundance. And so that it, just because I am, it exists, period. That's just my belief. Now, but with that said, there's a level of confidence, though, that one has to move and operate in when you believe that. And that's where I wavered a lot. That's where and that's where I started realizing that I was just repeating the history in my family about money because I saw people how they handled money. So then I started handling my money the same way. And so that's another thing. You're the sum total of the people that you're around. And so if people are not managing or understanding the relationship, a good or having a healthy relationship with money, then guess what? You're not. And so that means you kind of have to separate yourself. You got to move away. And I'm not saying diss anyone. I'm just saying sometimes you got to move away or find people who are thinking the way you are about money or who are managing money the way you would like to manage money, or go seek out counsel or coach, someone who's doing it or teaching about money and how to handle money so that one, you can understand your relationship to the money, two, that you can create a vision for your money, and then three, treat that money like that bae thing, like that boo thing. You need to, have all of those working for you in order for you to have some success with the money, in order for it not to be an obstacle for you, in order for it to just be a check mark. You know, and then it'll stop your bank account from looking like temperatures. Point blank.
Hello. So that's why, and so again, you, okay, this is why, another reason why being a part of this community is so super amazing. That's why, if it's other than the other things that we've said and say to you daily or nightly in the morning, um, having that community, Stephanie is so right. When you are around millionaire females that look like you, and we're not talking about no pumps, we ain't talking about no red bottoms. We're talking about what is the bottom line. We're talking about a bottom, all right. What is your bottom line? When you have those conversations, and we are really genuinely happy about that, and we're genuinely wanting you to succeed and wanting to partner and wanting to do business with you. That is the difference between this community. And see, when you get your bottom line together, then you can buy all the red bottoms you want, if that's what you want. But that's another thing. A lot of us, we want to buy the red bottoms, and we don't even have a bottom line that's in the black. We don't know what a bottom line is. So, those are the hard questions. And absolutely. So then when Stephanie was talking, made me think of, you have multimillionaires who still go and seek counsel from others who make more than they do
Yes.
and pay a hefty penny and say it's a great investment. You know why? One, they're going to write it off. And two, there is something that a billionaire could share with me if I'm on millionaire status.
Mm.
So that's why you want to get in the room tomorrow night. It's 9 o'clock. We're giving you more than enough time to get everything settled and have this conversation. You want to go to bit.ly/ Free Women 2020, because y'all, things are changing. Things have changed. We have shifted. And this is what I want to say about the third and final point. Where we are right now, the climate that we're in right now, if you don't have money, you don't have power.
Mm-mm.
If you don't have money, you don't have a voice. So I understand. I remember being in college, and while we was protesting the things of our day, and I remember looking around and saying, you know what? All of the people with the money is the people who to pay attention to. When you stop and cut off the money, then they pay attention. Then, baby, that bottom line is everything. So that's why I'm saying, if you don't speak, if you don't take action, if you don't realize that you opening your mouth is stopping you, you have to know where your power lies. If you are on this broadcast and you're like, girl, child, $1 million, what kind of certification? That's not going to happen for me. And then guess what? It's not going to happen for you. If you say, you know what, maybe this is the jump that I needed, and I know
Mhm.
what my legacy is. I know what God has for me. I know what I'm supposed to do. Then guess what? It's going to work. I always ask the question because most of us, we want to, we're like, oh, I don't know. I don't want to share that. I don't know if this is going to work. And I always ask them, I say, well, what if it does work? We've heard everything, every reason about why it shouldn't, why it won't work. And you guys know how we are. We're our worst critics. And I asked the question, well, let's what if it does work? How would that make you feel? What does that look like? Let's look at that. What if it does work?
Mm-hmm.
And so I make them answer those questions. I make them put that picture in their head. I make them go there because I say all the time, you have faith. That's like we were like this CARES Act money and been helping people with getting PPP funding and all of this money and everything that's out here with the CARES Act. I said, you know what? We as a people, we've been running around looking for this $1,200 stimulus check, but there is money in the land that's multi-million, billion, trillion of dollars that we have absolutely talked ourselves out of before we even realize that we qualify for it. So you have faith. You can speak this 1,200, but you can't speak 12 million. Why? Same thing. You just add a few zeros. So, and it's about the level of you and how you speak and your level of faith. So, guys, ladies, gentlemen, boys and girls, you absolutely want to get yourself into this certification. I mean, y'all, we are near the halfway point. It's almost halftime. It's back to 0-0, right? We have the second half. What are you going to do? Prove it to yourself that even during a pandemic, even during racial tension, even through all of this, that at the end of the day, at the end of the year, at the end of the certification, you still gonna shine. You still gonna make more money than you ever have made before. You still are going to have like an amazing money mindset, amazing vision, amazing relationship with your money, and you're going to speak and know where your power lies. What does that look like for you? So guys, that's what I have for you all this evening. Ladies, this is of course you all know I'm so passionate about this and near and dear to my heart. But I just know that's just we can do all of those other things. And all of those other things, I mean, I'm not here to pass judgment on them either way. Because I remember when.
Mm-hmm.
I have now realized and have for some time, you cut the money off, then you have a voice.
Mm-hmm.
You don't have no money, you don't have a voice.
Right.
And they've already said that people of color, we're not even going to be a statistic. And we talked about that last night. God, don't tell me what I can't do. Don't tell me what I'm not going to be. It's be motivation. Oh, I'm going to have anybody who around me. Oh, we're going to be a part of this statistic. How dare you? How dare you say that? So if you want to let that be your motivation for change. Let that bring you to the drawing board and say, what are some things that we can do? We've done it before, people, with a
Right.
whole lot less. So
Yeah, and CJ, that's a valid point because I mean, if people are doubting or even skeptical about what you're talking about, just wait till July 7th, right? Just wait till July 7th and see what happens. If everybody participates that should be participating, and there's a blackout day, watch what happens. That's why they always say that. What's that saying? Cash is king. It rules. It rules the day. And you've got to understand that. You have to understand that. And if you don't, you're going to have a wake up call. You're going to have a wake up call because look at the people that work all their life. You know, almost like going back to Sealy. I had to work all my life, right? And then you go to retire to only go have to stand in the doorway and greet people at Walmart.
girl, and don't know why would you say that, Stephanie? And not only you greeting people in Walmart, but then when you go to cash in your retirement, you gotta pay the taxes on the damn thing. Come
Right.
on. Come on. So nobody educates that. The Lord, don't even get me started. Nobody educates us with that. And so they go and say, okay, thank you, Jesus. I'm amazing. 65 and I can pull this out. And that's still taxes. What do you mean? What do you mean? And so then when you take that and you have to do that, then that's why you got to go work at Walmart.
And girl, it hurts my heart too, because
Yes,
sometimes you walk in and you see those people, they're greeting the nicest people on the face of the planet, and they're sitting on the backward walker. You know how they have the little walker with the little seat? They sitting in one. I'm like, you need to be at home, you know, or they're moving slower than you are, and you're like, oh, this poor thing needs to be at home, enjoying the rest of their life.
and mama, and sometimes, they graduate and get to the cash register. And sometimes they just take their little time. And I be wanting to say, ma'am, I really do have to go. But I love you and I understand.
That is funny.
And
Oh
so
my God.
I sit there and be patient. Yes, ma'am. No, ma'am.
I
I'm
ran
watching.
into one of them like recently. I had to run to Walmart. I'm like, I gotta get in and get out. I'm trying to get
No,
back
ma'am.
home. She was like, "Oh, baby," and talking about this. I was like, "Man," but your heart go out because you're like, okay, she wants somebody to talk to. This is probably the most interaction she have in her week. So don't rush her. The line is like 70 people long, but don't rush her.
Yes.
That's
So
sad.
I don't live, and these folks don't take too kind. They don't, I'm a Southern girl, and I'm not gonna go off on the lady folks in the back and in the feet, ma'am. I'm like, oh my God, leave mama alone, leave her alone. So, I'm like, yes, man. She said they want to rush me, baby. I'm gonna take my time because any time if this pill is is short, it's coming out of my pocket. But go ahead, Miss, count your coins, Miss. I wanted to tell her so bad, ma'am. Let me help you count this money. Let me help you count it, please. But no, yes, and that's why. But I look for Mama. Now I realize I be looking for Big Mama to come watch me help me watch these kids. Well, Big Mama is in the Walmart. Big Mama have to work.
Mm-hmm.
It's just different. It's a different time, and so that's real. That's real. That's real. That's so real. But again, things are changing. We
Mm-hmm.
we on a level, this level. What you gonna speak? What you gonna say? What you gonna do? What you gonna do? So
Mm-hmm.
that's the yeah. That is I don't know.
Let me can I say one more thing,
Yeah,
y'all, and then I'm gonna be quiet. I will digress, I promise.
no.
It kind of is about the
But
yeah, but it's kind of about the
have a question.
relationship of money when we're talking about it, and what we're talking about just made me think, um, about our Walmart people and them having to go back in because to make ends meet and just to survive. sometimes, and it is all wrapped up into that relationship or how we view money, is that we don't always have to earn our money the traditional way. And I think so many of us get stuck in that, think we have to have a 9 to 5
Yeah.
to make a good living. And what you don't realize is that 9 to 5 is what is the obstacle, is your money obstacle. That 9 to 5 is the money obstacle.
Girl, Stephanie, that is a tweetable. Girl, where? Get the bullhorn. Yes. Your 9 to 5 is your money obstacle. You have to stop, pause, and take and do the Jubilee. Oh, y'all know, I'm sorry. I had that New Orleans came out of me really quick. But no, y'all, you have to stop, pause, and take a breath on that one. Because a lot of you all are like, what the heck are you talking about? And I am literally searching and trying to hold on for life to my 9 to 5. And are you telling me that that is my money obstacle?
Mm-hmm.
We're absolutely telling you yes. In order for you to even start on that journey, first you have to come meet us tomorrow night. But that can be a real journey for you. Okay, before I ran into this community, before I've been around most of these women, we all can say we were like, okay, there was a time in our lives you couldn't tell me that corporate America and up that corporate ladder was going to be my thing. And I was going to go all the way to the top. Mm-hmm. So, and it comes a time when you're like, you know what? I done made all these folks rich up in here.
Mm-hmm.
I have balanced multi-billion dollars of money. Okay. Wow, I really could do this for myself. And the first thing that hits you is fear and trepidation. You like, girl, teacher, go sit down.
Mm-hmm.
You say, girl, what? Okay, you're going back to like we talked about on one of our other shows with imagination. You going back to a child and dreaming. Go ahead. This is the real world, CJ. Wake up, stay at this job, do your thing. Go ahead and get your little key for 10 and 20 years of service and your little parking spot and your little $5 extra and be good with that. But no, oh my God, Stephanie, that is our takeaway.
Mm-hmm.
Your 9 to 5 is your obstacle. That is the icing on the cake of these 3 points. Stila, I say no more.
Let me tell you how the 9 to 5 will do you. I'm still waiting on my 20-year award. Yeah, I'm mad about it because I worked hard. I never thought I'd be at a job for 20 years. I know we're in a pandemic. Can y'all give me my award? Please, thank you. I'm going on 25 years and I ain't got the 20-year award.
Why you don't be at the 20-year award? They have it in the budget. I don't understand.
And then these little pins, and you pin on lapel pins, and what in the world?
So these little star certificates.
That shows you how important you are to that company, that organization, really. And you doing it. You getting up early. You go there, hell, high water, half sick, kids half sick. You make them go to school because you got to go to work.
60, 80 hours a week on a hamster wheel because you got to go. And like you did the other night, we were like, this cannot be life. Oh my God, this cannot be life.
Right.
This cannot be life. You are
It is not
doing the same thing. And I'm like, I used to be like, oh my God, this is deja vu. Like, no, CJ, you did the same thing yesterday at this time. It's not deja vu. You are
Right.
literally doing the same thing, and I never. I'm just like, oh my god! And you know how we are, women. Don't leave me out there. Like literally, we're like, oh my god, I gotta do this again. I have like 20 things to do, and I got home from work.
Mm-hmm.
I have another 20 things to do. This is not how I had. This is not what I had set for my life. I mean, we enjoy doing it. We love doing it. It don't get me wrong. Um, but again, this is something different. Again, this is totally out of the norm. Everybody right now with this pandemic, we are holding on to our money. We're trying to hold on to our jobs. You feel like you can't invest in anything, but for if that's you, if you hold it in, it'll never multiply for you.
Mm-hmm.
You got to release that thing, right? You have to invest it. Throw the seed in the ground. Put the fertilizer on in the water and let's take it like my grandfather used to say, let it take hold. Let it take hold. So that's what you do. That's what you do. Anything else, ladies? Before we get out of here, this has been amazing. Thank you all for rocking with us, and thank you to the replay viewers. Um, Tomorrow, 9 p.m. Central Standard Time. You ladies want to have say any parting words before we give the people our good mornings, our last good morning.
Just want to see you guys. We want to see you win. You deserve success. You deserve the money. Guys, don't be afraid of it. Don't make that be a fear. Don't let it be an obstacle for you. There are other things, there are other ways, other avenues. And let me take it all the way back. If you believe in the word, if you're anything, into the kingdom wealth, if you're anything about biblical principles, you will know no one got up in the morning talking about I'm on my way to work. They were creative. They were, they did things for each other, and that's how they generated their wealth. It was not that I'm going to get up and I'm going to go over here and I'm going to clock in and I'm going to sit my butt down behind something and take a nail and a hammer and create a tabloid. That's not what they did. And so you got to understand that and it's okay. It's okay to have a different mindset about how to generate money and how to create your legacy for your family. And I'm gonna tell you guys, it's not always about working that 9 to 5 and building up your 401k and that, because some of y'all are experiencing that 401k just almost disappeared. It's disappeared several times in my life cycle. I'm gonna just be honest.
Don't talk about it. Don't talk about it.
So, I mean, there's so many other avenues, and I just want you to step outside of your comfort zone and come and join us at bit.ly/Free Women 2020.
T. Marie, any parting words?
Come on, relationship coach.
Get your whole life. Get your life, boo. Go to bit.ly/Free Women 2020, bit.ly/Free Women 2020, bit.ly/Free Women 2020. So we'll look to see you Friday night, 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. In the meantime and in between time, you guys have a great and awesome morning, evening, afternoon, whenever you're tuning in. Share this broadcast, even if you're a replay viewer. Go ahead and comment like you're here live. We do check. We will come back and we will respond to you. But most importantly, if this opportunity is not one for you, I know that you know 5 people that is for. Please share the broadcast. Don't let someone close to you miss out on the opportunity of a lifetime. bit.ly/Free Women 2020. And we are out.